We do. I used to do handwritten thank you cards. So I have here in Maryland, I own three home service businesses, one of them being a carpet cleaning company. And when we were getting started, I was handwriting. So I've been doing this now 19 years, handwriting thank you letters for all of the customers. So I would sit down and, Friday afternoon, okay, who'd we clean for this week? Write them all out. But it got to the point where I just don't have time to write 50 of them. And now we're writing over 100 of them every week. We got to figure some kind of automation out. First thing I did was went out and hired some grandmas. And so you go down to, I kid you not, go down to the local senior center. And I said, hey, look, I need some thank you notes written every week. Who's interested? And I got three ladies for 2.5 years, just for coffee and donuts, would sit down and handwrite all of my thank you letters for me. Systemized, but personalized. So you can certainly do that. And then you build in systematically so that, like, my top 5 customers every month, we mail them a cake. So here in Maryland, we have a state cake. It's called the Smith Island cake. And excuse me, every month I find my top 5 customers of the month and mail them a cake. Now, who's mailing cakes? Let alone a carpet cleaner mailing a cake. It just doesn't happen. So those are like little surprise and delight things that can be systemized and personalized, and people, I mean, if you want people talking about you, if you want people telling stories about you, you have to give them a reason to talk about you. I mean, they're going to talk about you, but you want to direct the narrative. You don't want them just coming up with anything. And usually, when I work with my clients and coaching members, we try to get across that what we want our customers to say at the end of any interaction is, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened at the oil change today. Now, that conversation usually does not happen at the dinner table, right? You just didn't go home and say, oh my God, honey, you'll never guess what happened at the oil change. But if you went to one of my clients who is a direct competitor to like Jiffy Lube and Quick Lube and those guys, we turned his station into a 1950 style service station where 4 guys run out. They got little bow ties and white shirts. And, one guy squeegees your windshield. The other one checks the air pressure in the tire. They escort you into the waiting room where there's actually today's newspaper. And there's a barista making your favorite coffee drink. Now, you're going to talk about that experience because you were not expecting a barista at the oil change, right? So otherwise it would have just been, if you just gone to Jiffy Lube, all right, well, here's $70. Yeah, got the oil change. Yeah, he left a little smudge on my steering wheel where he didn't wipe it off with the rag. So it can, storytelling is not only from the business owner's point of view, but you want your customers telling stories about you. And that's where the viral posts will come in. That's where the word of mouth marketing comes in. It's just really powerful.
Yeah, so powerful getting those new clients, keeping clients. And I think that most people chase avenues of like new audiences, new people that we can reach out to as proof of growth. But I know you argue sometimes that retention is the true driver here. What are the overlooked embers that a leader can be tending to before running out to new tools, new audiences, new populations?
Well, I'll preface this with